Hey everyone, it's your girl Javiah from Gifted Hands by Javiah. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time tuning in, hey y'all, hey, welcome. If you are already a part of the Gifted family, welcome back fam, welcome back. Y'all, in today's video, we are going to be making this super cute sweatshirt in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are going to be featuring the Siser Easy Subli HTV. And go Siser! I love me some Siser. Siser is top tier, okay? Now, for those of you who do not know what the Siser Easy Subli HTV is, it is a printable HTV that allows us to use our dye sublimation printers and our dye sublimation inks to print full color graphic designs and apply them to 100% cotton garments, dark fabrics, and cotton poly blends. Like, that is so dope. And if you are used to using dye sublimation, you already know how limited we are when it comes to sublimating on specific garments. So this is basically like a hack or an alternative for us to use dye sublimation on those kinds of fabrics that we usually cannot use for sublimation. So I'm here for it. I love it. I'm going to show you step by step on how to achieve this look, including the paint splatters, okay? So if this is something that you are interested in learning more about and learning how to make, I should say, please stick around. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time your girl uploads a new video. So without further ado, we're going to get started, and we're going to start off with painting our sweatshirt. Alright, you ready? Let's go.
Alright y'all, so I'm gonna start off outside. I have a black garbage bag and I'm cutting it open to spread it out across the table so that I can ensure that no paint gets on my table and that I have enough room to lay out my sweatshirt. Here I have a cup of water and I am pouring a little bit of water into the bowl. Then I'm taking some pink acrylic paint, shaking that up, and then I'm going to pour some into that bowl. Now, I do not know water to paint ratio, so I was just pouring in paint as I see fit. This bottle right here is fabric paint, so I did mix acrylic paint with fabric paint, and it came out so cute, y'all. So now I'm going to take my paintbrush and I am mixing water and the paint together. Get a little kumbaya action going there, and then now I'm going in with some more of that acrylic paint because I feel like I did pour a little bit too much water in there, so I was trying to get a more thicker texture with the paint. So now I'm just squeezing the last little bit of the fabric paint that I have, and now I'm going to go in and mix that in again. Mix, mix, mix. So here I'm mixing and I'm mixing. And now it's time to prepare our sweatshirt. So I'm going to lay out the sweatshirt, get it flat, clean it off. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush, dip it in that paint, and then just splatter that paint all over the sweatshirt just like so. Now I will say, you know, there's no right or wrong way of doing this, but I know that for my sweatshirt I wanted my paint splatters to be a little bit on the subtle side. So if you are using a larger paintbrush, you may get more paint splatters along your garment. If you're using a smaller one, then your paint splatter will be a little bit smaller. Now I realized that I didn't have anything in the inside of my sweatshirt to protect the inside from getting any paint. Lord, it was so windy. That cardstock was flying everywhere. The garbage bags falling in the paint. But anyways, I just took some cardstock and I placed it on the inside of my sweatshirt. And then I went in again with my paintbrush and my paint, and I just started to splatter that paint all over. This is a different angle. I was trying to show a different angle to show you guys exactly what I was doing, in hopes that you will be able to see it a little bit better. So I'm just going in with my paintbrush in the paint, and I'm just splattering that paint all over the sweatshirt. So this is what our sweatshirt is looking like so far. I am outside, of course, and it is a little windy today. Sunny but windy, so I'm hoping that y'all can see how this is coming out so far. My goal was to leave a little bit of white space here in the middle so that we can add our design there. And this is what we're looking like so far. So I'm going to show you right quick from this angle how I do it. This is my cup. This one doesn't have any water in it. This is just some acrylic paint. And you see how we have these little squiggly lines going on here. Not squiggly lines, but those lines going on right there. Instead of just the splattered look, got those lines. That is what happens when you don't add water. So I'm going to dip my paintbrush into the cup of paint and just splatter it all over. Dip some more. Okay. And that's all you do, guys. Just dip it in your paintbrush and just splatter that paint on that sweatshirt, just like so. Okay. Now I'm going to let it dry in the sun for a little bit and do the back side. Alright y'all, so I'm taking that same garbage bag and I'm flipping it over onto the back side to start painting the bag. There was a little bit of paint on the garbage bag, but it dried because it was so sunny outside. Now I'm taking my acrylic paint and I'm just splattering that all over, and y'all watch what happened. Oh, I done dropped the paintbrush on my sweater and it left that harsh mark right there. So I'm in shock and I'm like, what am I going to do to make this make sense now? So I just started to just take the acrylic paint and I started to make some harsh paint strokes all over the sweatshirts because, like I said, I needed it to make sense, and it came out so nice. I'm kind of sort of happy that that mistake happened because the paint strokes gave this sweater everything it needed to give, period. All right, y'all, so here is another view of the front. I went in and added those harsh strokes, you know, just in different places, no structure at all. You know, I messed up on the back, so I had to make it make sense. So that's what I did. I went ahead and I just added those strokes, you know, sporadically. And this is what the front is looking like so far. After this, I'm going to let it sit in the sun for a little bit to dry, and then I'm either going to dry it even more to allow the paint to set into the fabric, either with my heat press, or I'm going to put this in my dryer. A lot of people like to put theirs in their dryer, so I don't know, y'all. We're gonna figure it out when we get there, but for now this is going to sit in the sun. All right, and then after we apply our design, I can always go back and add more, you know, paint and strokes in areas if necessary. All right, I think this is gonna come out cute, y'all. I think it's gonna be real cute. All right, y'all, so I decided to put this in my dryer, so I'm just throw this in here like that. Okay, close this up. Then I'm going to turn on the power, and I'm going to do
a quick dry for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to click on start and it's going to go. So once this finished drying, we are going to go ahead and apply our design. Let go.
All right, y'all, I'm going to start off here in Cricut Design Space. As of today, September 21st, 2023, I am using version 7.44.1 of the Cricut Design Space software. Today's project is going to be a print then cut project. So the very first thing that I want to do is ensure that my settings is going to be compatible with the size media that I'm using, as well as the size that I'm going to make my design. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is head over here to the menu tab or the hamburger menu, and I'm going to select settings. From here, I'm just going to select load type, and I want to make sure that all of these settings are accurate for the type of project that I'm using. So I'm going to be using my Cricut Maker today. My load type needs to be changed, and I'm going to change that to 12 by 24 because I'm going to be using a 12-inch by 24-inch standard grip mat. And then my print and cut page size is going to be 11 by 17. For one, the size media that I'm using is 11 by 16.5, so that makes sense. And for two, my design is going to be sized larger. If I left it at 8.5 by 11, we will get an error message from Cricut Design Space software. So I'm going to go ahead and select 11 by 17 and then click done. Now, the next step that you want to do is upload your image. I already went ahead and did that, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll show you how I do it. So I go and select upload. I'm going to select upload image. And I've saved my design to my downloads folder. So I'm going to select browse and I'm going to click downloads. Once I find my design, I'm going to select it and then I'm going to click open. Once the design opens, I'm going to go ahead and select complex. I always select complex for the image type. It is second nature. And then I'm going to click continue. Now this is a PNG design file, which means that my image already is going to come in with a transparent background. So I do not need to remove any white backgrounds or color backgrounds. It is already removed for me. That is the way the designer designed this design. Then I'm going to click on apply and continue. On this page, I'm going to select print then cut image because this is going to be a print then cut project. And then I'm going to select upload. Once this is saved to your Cricut library, it is going to appear and be the first one. You want to go ahead and select that and then select add to canvas. The design is going to appear onto the canvas fairly large, so this is the time to go in and adjust the size. Now I already went in and I measured how large I needed this design to be, per my sweatshirt. So I'm just going to go in and input those dimensions there. I made the width 9.93 inches, and then I allowed the system to go ahead and default the height to the appropriate height so that we won't get any, funky designs or any distorted looking designs. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and select make it. So I'm going to select make it. Cricut was acting a little funky today, y'all. It was moving really slow. So on this page, I'm going to go ahead and just ensure that everything is good. My placement is good. And when using the Easy Subli, HTV, it is very important. You do not mirror your design, okay? So you're going to keep your mirror check off. Now it's time to print. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and select my printer. I will be using my Sawgrass SG1000 dye sublimation printer, and I'm going to be using the print manager. Now, I am going to kindly advise that Sawgrass did release the mates, the design mate, the print mate, and the market mate. I haven't really had a chance to explore any of those mates yet, but I am, and I'm so excited to try them out. But I am going to be using the print manager for now. So I'm going to add on my bleed, and then I'm going to turn on system dialog. And y'all, make sure you select the right printer. So I'm going to select Sawgrass Print Manager. Okay. Then from here, I'm going to go ahead and select print. On this screen, I'm going to select my printer again. And then I am going to select preferences. Now on this page, this is our printing preferences. I'm just going to just adjust some of the settings. So I only need one copy. And then the size, we definitely want to change that from letter to 11 by 17. My orientation is going to be in portrait. And then my pixel density is going to be 300 dpi. Then I'm going to click on OK. And then print. Now Print Manager is going to populate. And for those of you who do not know what the Print Manager is, you can think of it as the printing preferences when you're using your Epson printers or any other kinds of printer. It is equivalent to the preferences, as you are able to go in and adjust your print settings and preferences even further. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is select my substrate, and I'm going to select heat transfer vinyl, aka HTV. My print quality is going to be high quality, and that is the only option for this substrate. The paper automatically defaults to heat transfer vinyl, and I am going to be printing from my bypass tray. Remember to keep mirrored unchecked because we do not need to mirror. Then I'm going to select colors, and I'm going to ensure that my color mode is vivid. The reason being is because my design is not an actual photo of something. It is a graphic design. It is like a cartoony kind of design, and so vivid will be suitable for this design. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on print. Alright y'all, so now it's time to print. I'm going to show you how to insert your Easy Subli into your printer the proper way. Let's go. Alright y'all, so here I am at my printer, and I'm going to show you how to insert your Easy Subli vinyl into your printer. Now, the Easy Subli vinyl has a rough matte side, okay? And then when you flip it over, the back has a glossy side. You want to make sure that you are going to be printing on the rough matte side of the Easy Subli vinyl, okay? So because I'm going to be using my bypass tray, I'm going to insert my Easy Subli with the rough side facing forward, okay? Just like so. And then it's going to print. Now, if you are using the paper cassette, the glossy side will be facing upward, and then it will feed through and print your design on the rough side. That is if you are using the paper cassette. Alright y'all, so our design is finished printing. Now you want to be very careful with this because now the Easy Subli vinyl is very soft and you can scratch it, and it is also very wet, so you want to be careful not to smear your design.
Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to cure it. And there are two ways that you can cure your design, okay? You can let it sit overnight for 24 hours just to ensure that the ink is dried and is set in, or you can cure it using your heat press. And that is what I'm going to do today. I know a lot of people that use the Epson printers, they like to cure it and let their design set overnight, because for some reason the Epson, with the Epson printers, the ink does not like to dry quickly. But with the Sawgrass printers and the ink that I'm using, which is the Subli HD inks, curing it under the heat press works perfectly. Alright y'all, so here we are at my heat press. I have my heat press set at 311 degrees, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my design and I'm going to place it on my heat press, and then I'm going to hover over the design for about 60 seconds. That's all you need. Now you're not going to press down all the way because you do not want your ink to get on the top platen of your heat press. But just hover over it just to allow that ink to absorb the vinyl and dry. Now I'm going to show you what it's going to look like once that heat activates this ink, okay? And I'm going to actually move the camera into a different location so you guys can get a better view of it as well. Alright y'all, so I moved the camera so that y'all can see better, and I'm going to lift the top platen because I think we're just about finished curing. And let's see, y'all ready? Alright, we're gonna lift this up. Wow. Wow. Those colors. Ooh, it's hot. Trying to make sure y'all see. These colors. I'm trying not to burn my hand, y'all. Look at these colors though. Woo wee. Okay, easy Subli. Y'all see that? So that heat dries the ink, cures it, and we get these vibrant results. Alright. So now we're going to take it over to our Cricut maker, and we're going to have our Cricut cut this design out. Alright y'all, so I'm using a Cricut standard strip mat. And now I'm going to align my design on my mat. Just like so. Now I'm being very careful because I don't want any smearing or anything like that. Like, I know I cured it, but you know, just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to press firmly around the oh my god, sorry y'all, my camera done fell. We good, camera? Are you gonna behave yourself now? Because that was uncalled for. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. So now I'm going to insert this into my Cricut, and I'm going to click on the blinking light to upload this. And then now I'm going to click on the blinking C so that it can go in and do its thing. So I'm going to go ahead and speed past this part, and then when it's finished, you know, doing this thing and cutting the design out, I'll come back and we'll weed and continue on with our project. Alright y'all, so now it's time to go ahead and weed this design. So I'm going to take it off of my mat. Place that right here. Oh. I'm going to trim off the excess vinyl that we don't need. All right, so now I'm going to take my weeding tool. Shout out to Siser, and I'm going to start at the edge, a corner. Get a good grip. Okay. And then I'm just going to peel carefully. I want to see if y'all can see this. Let me do it this way. And it weeds beautifully, y'all. Okay, look at how nice. So we got vibrant colors and easy weeding. You cannot beat that. Okay, Siser. Yes, look at that. Done. And let's get into the colors one more again. Okay, one more again, and get into that texture. Okay, Siser is not the one to be played with. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, y'all, is because this is not one solid piece, this is not one solid design, we have, you know, individual pieces and elements here like these stars. So I'm going to have to use a transfer mask, and the mask that I'm going to use today is the KTM 201 is the KTM mask. We typically use this mask when we are working with rhinestones, the Hot Fix rhinestones, but it is a really good mask and I like it, so I'm going to use it on the Easy Subli. Easy Subli also has their own mask as well. I currently don't have any here in my house, so this is also another reason why I'm going to be using the KTM. So I'm just going to just use my eyes. Actually, I'm going to do it like this, and I'm going to just cut KTM like so. Put that to the side, and then I'm going to do it this way so that y'all can see. I'm going to peel the transfer, the KTM, away from its backing. Little ASMR action going on there. Who else like ASMR? I know I do. So then I'm going to use the hot dog method, like so. Curve it up, hot dog, taco, however you want to use it. And then just apply it just like so. Once it's down, it's down. You got to commit. So now I'm going to take my weeding, my scraper, and just burnish this down. And then I'm gonna trim some of that KTM transfer off too, because I made it too. I cut a that piece is too big. It wasn't even that serious to cut a large piece like that. All right. And I'm also gonna burnish the back. Flip it over to the back and smooth that out like so. Okay. Let me just go ahead real quick and trim off that excess transfer, that excess KTM, because we didn't even need that large of a piece. But it's better to, you know, make things larger and trim down than to make things too small and then not have enough. Another little ASMR action going on there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is now we are going to, I'm going to flip it back over to the back, and I'm going to peel away, if I can find a good corner. Okay, there we go. I'm going to peel away the backing of the Easy Subli so that our design can now be bonded to the KTM mask. Hopefully. I'm gonna burnish this down. And make sure you burnish it down really good so that it can stick. Like some of it is sticking and then some of it is not. So you just want to make sure you just go in, push down wherever it's not sticking, and then peel back. So I'm going to go ahead and play around with this now and speed this process up. All right, y'all, so I managed to get the design onto the KTM mask. I ain't even gonna lie, it was a little challenging. Not with the solid piece though, y'all. It was the little stars that didn't want to stick. But other than that, we got it done and I am loving this. Do y'all see that? Like, this is giving support. This is giving breast cancer, okay? Pink vibes only. I love it. I love it. I love it. So now I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how to press this onto our sweatshirt. All right, y'all. So this is what our sweatshirt is looking like. I'm trying to get it from a different angle so that y'all can see it. This is the back. Hopefully y'all can see this. It's the arms. I really, really love it a lot. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now it's time to press. Again, my heat press is set at 311 degrees. And I'm going to pre-press the garment. The Easy Subli instruction says to pre-press the garment at 311 for 2 to 3 seconds. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold the sweatshirt in half so that when I press it, I can get my center crease point. And now we are going to go ahead and press this, move this out the way, for 15 seconds. Now I'm also going to fold the design in half so I can get a center point for that as well. Okay. I'm just going to place it right on my hoodie. Remember, we had left an open spot on our sweatshirts. I keep saying hoodie, my sweatshirt, y'all know what I mean, on purpose. And now we're going to press for 15 seconds. And the instructions for the Easy Subli says that it's a warm pill. Wow. Wow, y'all. Some of the ink did come off on the KTM mask, but that is okay. OMG. This came out so nice, y'all. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am in shock because when I first used Easy Subli a long time ago, a few years ago, my results never came out like this. Oh my goodness. Oh my my goodness. Siser, you did your big one with this too, honey. Love it, y'all. Ouch. I don't know why I did that. Oh my goodness. It's so soft.
Y'all, I love the way this resulted. The Siser Easy Subli is top tier. It is amazing. It is so soft. It does have a texture to it, but it is very soft. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, family, later.